let's be perfectly honest. I'm not. Let's be perfectly honest. I'm not. My day-to-day work, I have to lie a lot to my patients. Oh, that's not going to hurt. This isn't going to cost a lot of money. Every day, all of us carry on conversations as Mitsu has explained when we get into conversations. Are we perfectly honest? How many of you think you're an honest person here?
Most of the time.
Okay, let me ask it a second time in a different way. How many of you think you're perfectly honest all the time? Jack. Well, Jack is the subject of my speech. You remember about a month ago, Jack expressed his frustration about dating women. And he said the reason he can't get out with girls is because he has to tell the truth. Well, Jack, if you were to tell the truth, when you went up to a prospective date and said the honest, the absolute truth, it would sound like this. I would love to date you and have you have my babies. So if you understand the difference between what we talk about daily, that we are truthful people, we are honest, and we are perfectly honest, you will come to the conclusion that you are not. Hiroko gave a speech last year about a Japanese custom, that if you ask a starving Japanese if they want a cookie, they will say, oh, no, I can't, no. But if you want them to actually have to eat the cookie, you have to ask them twice. So is that being honest? So there's many things in our custom, in our culture, in our language, that trains us to be dishonest. Have you ever been around a 4 or 5-year-old child, and the kid walks up and he says, oh, that lady's fat and ugly. Shh. Don't say that. Why? She is. No. You have to be nice. We have to say things to be nice. To be honest? No. To be nice. Now, I'm not saying that we all should learn to be dishonest. Don't get me wrong. But the first stage of being honest is to admit that we deceive ourselves and that we are 100% perfectly honest. And I thank Mitsu for giving me this opportunity to talk about honesty here. You have to build honesty in stages, and on the other side of the board you might put deceive or deception or distraction or dilution of the facts, because you cannot come out with the whole truth. We cannot be perfectly honest. We cannot say the whole truth. We all learn to tell stories in Toastmasters. This is one of the most valuable skills that you will learn in Toastmasters. And many of you know I've talked about telling stories. And the most important lesson that you can learn about telling stories is to be ambiguous. Don't tell the whole story. Because most of the story comes from your audience, and they don't want to be told. And if you tell the whole story up front, there is no reason for them to listen. You must tell a story by leaving a mystery, so that they're captivated to keep listening. And then you slowly disclose what you might want them to think, but you cannot tell them what to think. So we are all great storytellers. If we are to be good Toastmasters, we must learn to tell lies. Isn't that a funny conclusion to come to that idea? Now, there was an incident that happened in the United States recently in the big news. This spy, he's saying he's not a spy, Snowden, who exposed the computer data that the government is collecting. Is it a surprise to us that our government has secrets? And yet, I think the main reason that we are so upset with our government is because we deny the idea that we are deceptive. And the funny thing about it is all the other countries in the world don't want Snowden because they already know they are deceptive. It's only that Americans don't want to admit that their country is spying and keeping secrets from other governments. So I would offer to you one of the most important things to realize, that in your relationships we have deception built into our protection. We don't want to hurt other people's feelings, so we don't tell them the whole truth. And the most important deception is self-deception. And Danielle talks about being afraid. We have to deceive ourselves that when we speak, that we are not afraid, but in truth we are. So the way to handle fear is to be honest with yourself. To be human is to err, is to know that you are not perfect. So the two words, to be perfectly honest, should not be in the same sentence. We are neither perfect, nor are we 100% honest. So ladies and gentlemen, let's be perfectly honest. We are not.